Well, good morning, everybody. It is, what time is it? It's 10:41 a.m. on the 19th of January 2024, and exciting things are afoot. Cellarama in Tyson Wells starts today, and the Big Tent event starts first thing tomorrow morning. And we are headed into town to look at Cellarama, and we're going to try to visit our friend Joan, who's selling her painted rocks, and Deborah Dickinson and Frugal RV Gal, and Di's coming with me, and more important than that, you're coming with me. You are my co-pilot. We are in this together today. It is a cloudy day, and not that great for solar day, but you know what? I bet I get real close to 100%. Even though I drained a bunch of my battery this morning playing, Daryl and I get online and play his, like a video game, and I haven't done video games in many, many years, but Daryl kept asking me, so I went ahead and I done, it's called Diablo 4, and I downloaded it, and there's like, the characters are level 1 through 100, and Daryl's characters are level 100, and it's a difficult game, but it's entertaining. He's been helping me. I think I'm now a level 32, but anyway, I played on my laptop, but it pulls a ton, just a ton of electricity. It heats up, the PC heats up, it's very graphics intensive, so I was playing that in the early morning hours, and got my battery down to 77%, or 76%, which it's been every morning. It's been like over 80 in the morning, but 76% in a very cloudy day. But we'll see how we do. I'm almost embarrassed to tell you this, but I have Victron components. Not everything. I have a Renogy inverter, just because I would have bought Victron, but it's so much more expensive. But I have a Victron shunt monitor and a Victron MPPT controller. So it shows, what's going into the battery, what's going out of the battery real time, and it's all Bluetooth. But if you're not near it, you don't get to see it unless you buy. There was a Victron component called the Servo GX, and that would enable you to connect to the internet so you can see your system from anywhere. And that was pretty expensive too, but they came out with a Servo-S GX, which is a light version of it, which is just a hair under $200, I believe, or right at $200. I know. So I spent $200 so I can look at my solar real time over the internet, like when I'm in town. Is that necessary? Hell no, it's not necessary. Is it even helpful? No. Is it really neat? Yes. So it was not the smartest financial move I've ever made, but anyway, I did it. I bought it. So I was really proud of myself. I don't want to give the impression that I'm not capable with electrical and mechanical things. I sort of always considered I was fairly competent. And that's until I got out here and made friends with people that blow me out of the water in terms of their knowledge and ability. So I feel not very confident only by comparison. Like my friend Denny and Tim and Jim, Canadian Jim, and Daryl are all far superior to me in terms of their ability to do upkeep and make repairs on the RV. But yesterday I was able to do a couple of things on my own that to them, or maybe anybody else, are really simple, but I was impressed with myself. I've been having intermittent troubles with, let me apologize before I say this. I've been saying for years I haven't had a single problem with my Winnebago Micro Mini, and I've been saying that in all honesty, but it's not really true. I've had intermittent minor problems with my hot water heater since day one. And they've been so minor, I've just blocked it out as a problem until it got so it just wasn't working at all. And I thought it was probably the control board. So I purchased a new control board and I installed that myself, and it did resolve the permanent and, knock on wood, the intermittent problems I was experiencing. And that device, that Victron device, the Servo S, I installed that and mounted it myself successfully. So those are two pretty minor, simple jobs. They really are. But I did them unassisted, so I'm proud of myself. And Daryl and Jim and Denny and Tim are probably laughing right now watching the video because they know how simple that was. There is a hot water heater problem that I've been trying to work on, watching videos and self-educating on a friend of mine's rig, and it's become quite complex, and I enlisted Daryl in helping me because I was just at my wit's end. I've been switching out components, and nothing seems, made a little bit of progress. When I first looked at it, the igniter wasn't working at all. I mean, you hear a click, click, click when the igniter goes, and that wasn't working. So I ended up buying a new, or, my friend bought it, not me, but a control board for that. And it, igniter and control board, and it started igniting, but it would ignite and the gas would flow just fine for about 10 seconds, but you would hear that clicking continue, and it would continue to try to ignite it over and over again, even though there was a flame, so it would shut off over and over again. And we troubleshooted that, watched a ton of videos, and the only thing at this point that we think it could be is, and we've eliminated a lot of possibilities, is that the control board that we bought is bad. And, that happens. So I bought it through Amazon, so they're going to send me a replacement one free of charge as long as I return the old one within 30 days. And we'll get that. We'll see if that doesn't solve the problem. That would be really, really nice if that solves that problem. If it doesn't, I'll be at my wit's end for what, it's not a unheard of problem to have the gas fire up and turn off, but there are a finite number of potential problems. And we've eliminated the gas valve, we've eliminated the igniter line itself, we cleaned all the contacts. So all that's really left, as far as we know, is the new control board being bad, and it happens. So we'll see. I'll let you know on a future video. I think the board is being delivered mid to late next week. I'm going down Kuhn Street now trying to find a place to park in Tyson Wells. And there's so many little alleyways that you keep thinking you're seeing a parking space, but you're not really. It's an alleyway. It's not a parking space. But there may be one right here if I can slide in there. Can I get in there? I might be able to. Nah, it's a little narrow. But we'll park in here. We'll find a spot. We may have to walk a little bit, but that's good for me, and it's good for Dottie. Do a little walk. So there's a Class C that's taken 2 spots there. They shouldn't be doing that, but they probably didn't realize they did it. So it's almost to the place here where I can't recall having this kind of problem in the past finding a parking space. That's not a good sign for parking this week, because tomorrow's probably the biggest day, not today. So we're gonna go down here, see maybe there's a place we can park down here. We think, maybe. Is it possible? Are you allowed to park here? I don't see any signs that say that you can't, but one of the things you got to be careful of, guys, when you come down here like this, is these places you can park, but you can get stuck in the sand pretty easily. And like, this is soft. This is pretty soft where I am right now. And I think I can do it, but boy, it's a little risky. Little risky. All right, let's make sure we can get out of here. We can do it. We can do it, Dottie. So I'm assuming since there are no signs, we're going to be okay parked there. So I'm going to switch over to the GoPro. That's funny. Just as I turned off the camera there because it seemed boring, and a viewer just came across the street, recognized me. That was kind of fun. So I know we're here for Celarama, but I have to walk through the kitchen place because you guys know it's my favorite tent here. I just I love kitchen stuff, kitchen gadgets, things of that nature are just, it's a ton of fun for me. I just love it.
That's the Tommy Phil. Leave the shadow and it's going to be winter.
I think it's actually the first time Dottie's ever been in here.
What's up, Benny? Not a damn.
Come on, Dottie. And we need to get up a little further to get to, we're looking for, this is R, Q and R, we're looking for J.
Benny's a Henderson. She doesn't know I checked yet.
Well, this week I'll probably do a longer video in here because today I only have 2 hours.
They are pretty big.
Well, they have coffee, cinnamon.
Are you recording everybody wherever we go?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. We're getting close. There's M&M. Hello. Hey.
You gonna do cinnamon roll?
No, too much. I love it, but too much sugar for me.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for your comment on my presentation video.
That was wonderful, Rob.
Hey, hello.
Wow.
How are you?
I was
This is
really
a 23-year-old dog. I'm more impressed with a 23-year-old dog than my presentation.
And you know what, Rob? This morning, my dear friend,
Do you mind that on the channel? Cut it out.
if you want to.
Yeah.
It really related to what you were saying was she put on Facebook that her nephew had passed away and everybody was grieving, they were sending money and everything. It was just horrible. And then this morning, it was a couple days ago, and this morning they said it was a false identity.
That's
And that's what
great.
we were
Isn't that
talking
great?
about.
That's exactly what I was talking about. But someone still passed away.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
It just wasn't.
The interpretation wasn't right.
It was identical to what you said. It was beautiful. What you said was
I'd love to use that.
Yeah.
It's not identifying your relative or anything,
well,
but it's,
it was amazing how it related to your wonderful speech.
Dottie.
Hi, Dottie.
I can't really pick it. I'm holding cinnamon roll. I gotta get careful. Oh, I gotta get my Dottie.
Yeah,
I'm headed down to see Deborah.
We just saw her.
You just saw her? Yeah. It's what, a couple down, right?
It's
J, isn't it J? J.
22.
J22. Watch out, Daddy. See you soon.
We're leaving Quartzsite.
Oh, you're leaving?
I'm going to Valley of Fire. I bought the Nevada part now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to be here probably March, and then I'm headed to Pahrump. Yeah, for a couple months. All right, what do we got here? We got Jay's going to be the next one, Dottie. We're on Road J. Come on, let's go. I see them. We're getting close. We're getting close. I see Frugal. I see Deborah. I see Joan. I see Joan.
That's hilarious.
Joan!
I was just telling them, I saw your video, and I'm like, I can't remember his name, but his dog's name is Dottie.
Yeah, well, everybody.
Everybody does that, yeah. I'm like, oh, these guys are both.
Hey,
Yeah, Rob and I've known each other since the 90s, 30 plus.
the 1890s.
1890s.
Oh.
When he had hair and I wasn't gray.
Oh, well. You have lots of hair. You could have shared a little with him.
What's wrong with me?
Dottie.
Dottie's all tuckered out.
Surfing Dodo.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Rob.
Nice to meet you.
Some flies. Yeah.
Some what? Oh, some flies. Oh my God, yes.
Because they're not in the foam all the way. I don't want the dogs to get.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be
I'll put
really
them in my
careful.
Okay, those are serious flies.
You may
Yeah.
not. You
There's
may
a whole bunch of patterns we could have picked.
But
Let
me see
That's excellent.
Oh my God.
My brother
Like
Frank
yours.
ties flies.
Oh
I
God.
could not do it.
It's an art.
can't.
It's a definite
Oh my
art.
God.
See, I can't see
gonna
far
go put
away,
them in
but
the-
you put stuff right in my
Yeah.
face and I'm on it. My eyes are on here.
Joan, how are sales so far? Really? I imagine it's really crowded. I couldn't find a place in any of the parking lots, so I had to park in one of the questionable off the side of Tyson Wells in a wash sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, not really a wash,
I
but
live in Lapine. So it's Lapine,
You got
15 minutes.
drive. You can get out.
no, I don't. It's not four-wheel drive. But I tested it to make sure I was okay and I could get out.
Yeah, just
It is soft, yeah.
controlling it for years before. Trying to fly fish. Yeah.
There's a neat little spot where you guys were, right on the edge of the river, and you were using bobbers.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wow.
we were just letting them float down.
There's another.
But I wasn't using a
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
very
tight quarters.
interesting.
Yeah, you
movie.
have to squint,
But you know
but
what?
you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell now. I look at it, and I think I remember him mentioning that in this video.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
How long have you been?
I just
Hey,
bought
nomad.
it. This kid.
This is my ninth year.
Your ninth year.
11 feet. So you could.
Are you on the road?
We are not full timers. No,
that's all right.
we have a home. We moved to Central Oregon to be there in the summers and have a home base and just have a
It's
little
fun for
tiny little house.
fishing, not when you have
What
to
do you
throw your line out
traveling
far.
when you do?
We have a fifth wheel.
Fifth wheel. There's a fifth wheel in here somewhere. There's some.
He's amazing.
I'm trying to talk my husband into giving just taking our truck camper.
All right, so we're here at Joan's booth, and we're looking at these larger ones are new for Joan,
Both are always
and
going around. Kathy would see Marcus.
like there's a couple that have mirrors built into them, like this one. Oh, Joan, do I have it right? No, I had it wrong. And you know, you look at the price, $200, but how many hours did you say this one took, Joan?
22.
22 hours. So you can understand the value that you're getting there for $200. And then these are from her, the more traditional ones where she started doing these. I have a couple of them at home. I love them. All the way down to kind of a budget thing is you can get small ones for $5. They're all really beautiful. And then for the ultra budget is take a free pocket rock. So there's free stuff here too. But here, look at that one right there. You can see me. And then, oh, they're magnets. I hadn't seen the magnets. Are magnets new this year?
Nope, had it last year.
I didn't notice. Great on, if you have a metal refrigerator, that's a great thing. I have one that's almost identical to this. But we're on, at Cellarama J, we're on the J aisle, 21, and Deborah is 22.
There's Miss Deborah Dickinson with her 3 books for Surf and Dodo, and Pigeon Stories for you, Kaiva.
Yes, ma'am.
Grandma loves you.
Oh.
I can never afford the things I like.
Thanks. Okay, so get me for a pigeon story.
So
ma'am.
you got to see this. That's Deborah back there behind Frances McDermott. That's pretty cool. If you have an eagle eye and you pay attention, you can see her 5 times in the movie.
That's right. You might have to squint.
You can squint, but she's there 5 times in the movie, we swear. And look at all these books she's published. I mean, it's amazing that there's so many now. But if you want to start with one, I would suggest starting with this one. It's pretty mesmerizing. And she's got a lot on Audible now. So if you're like me and you drive and travel a lot, it's really great sitting in the car driving and listening to these books on Audible. Okay, so that was a lot of fun seeing Joan and Deborah, and they're both really busy, doing really well. Gave Dottie an opportunity to rest a little bit. And we're headed out. And I'll tell you what, we will cross the street up here and walk down the other side of King Street, going back to the car, so you can see different stuff. But, you know, if you're in Quartzsite and you've been down here before, you think you saw it all, this is Cellarama, so there are a lot of different new vendors that just came in this week. So there's a lot of new stuff to see. I mean, a lot. I got to come back this week and do more in-depth videos on what's available here. Unfortunately, I have to get back to camp. There's an RV and auto glass place. go. And here's Mean Maggie's is doing a brisk business, which is not surprising. Great gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches. He's stopping to say hi.
Just stopping to say hi. Good deal.
Come on, Dottie.
Dottie.
Come on. So Dottie, remember, if you pee on it, we have to buy it.
How are you?
Can we do a nail trim?
Yes, we can.
Here knows for sure.
She's, I think, other than the vets, she never has them. So it's
So
been,
she'll think I'm a vet?
no, it's just, she doesn't get them frequently.
Yeah.
Her name's
Right,
Dottie.
let's go to this table right here, make it a little easier.
Okay, Dottie, come on.
Come on, love.
All right, Dottie, come here. Come here, sweetie. There you go. Good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl.
I'm gonna touch your toes, okay?
Is it okay if I record this?
Yes, of course.
I've done a video on your business
Oh,
before.
have you?
Yeah.
All right, you're all ready
It's
for it,
the
aren't you?
Travels with Dottie.
Your travels with them.
I'm-
I've heard so much about you.
Really?
Yes, I have. You don't happen to have like a little sticker or anything?
I have cards.
Yes, perfect. We attach them all over here so everybody can check out the websites.
Okay, I'll give you a few of them right here on the corner. It's okay, Dottie. It's okay, sweetie. It's all right.
Yeah, we don't like those dooflaps.
I'm too afraid to do it myself.
I understand.
You hear horror stories about people going too far and bleeding.
And bleeding. Well, there's just no clotting agent, so it's so terrifying.
And having someone that knows what they're doing, I'm so much more comfortable.
Yes. But just to throw it out there, they'll feel the initial pressure. There's no pain afterwards.
Right.
It's more emotional than anything. But it's the constant blood that gets scary. So you can actually use any clotting agent such as cornstarch, flour, baking soda, just anything to make a clot. And that's always a nice, thing to know. If you were to buy the stuff that is made for the dogs, all it is cornstarch and dried iodine, and I'll tell you, don't need the dried iodine.
So is it uncomfortable for them when their nails aren't trimmed?
They don't walk correctly. So if they're having to adjust the way they walk because their nails are too long, that can start putting hip problems, spine problems.
Oh,
back
okay,
problems.
then good.
Yes.
Good, then maybe I'll do it more frequently.
And nails are a good way to know if there's any pain in their bodies, because they don't really tell you. But if you see one side wearing more than the other side, then you know they're leaning to one side and favoring another, and then you can
That's
tell.
That's a good girl, Dottie.
Thank you.
All right, come here.
Thanks for the cards too.
Anytime, anytime.
10.
And take that. No, keep it. Any charity or anything you want to give money to?
Yes, we have a local charity that we give money to people in town that can't afford the vet bills. But last year there wasn't enough for it, so that went to Parker Animal Shelter, which they greatly appreciated because they had a hard time getting back on their feet.
Put my $10 on that.
I will. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Come on, Dottie.
Hold on to that.
Come on, Dottie. Good job. You got your nails done. And so, guys, so you know where I am. It's on Kuhn Street, right down from K&B Tools. It's the Pet Patio. So, see that iconic sign in front of us, the Tyson Wells sign? I'm walking towards it. So if you find the sign, walk back towards Central and you'll find Pet Patio. Making our way back to we're gonna make our way back to the car and go back to camp. How's that sound, Dottie? I didn't realize it was making it a little harder for you to walk, so I'll try to get your nails trimmed more often. How's that sound? Is that a deal, Dottie? Actually, she is a little bit more spry in the walk here. I mean, I may be imagining it, but she seems more comfortable. Oh, I wish I knew that. Shame on me for not knowing that. Shame on me. You know, every time I look at a side-by-side, I remember I had a side-by-side Ranger 900 when I was in Idaho, and I loved it. And I'd like to have one out here, but you know, if I bought one, I know I would get really excited about it, and I would use it for like the first week a lot, and then I wouldn't. I know myself, so I'm not gonna buy one. Go this way, Dottie. We're getting close. Oh, we're on a big berm. Look at that. And I'll stop the GoPro here and I'll just have just a little chat with you on the way back in the car. There we go. There's how we're doing in Tyson Wells. I probably should have turned it around when I said I was going to do it. You would have seen more of it. But there's going to be plenty of opportunities to see this part of town. I'll probably do at least three or four. I'll do a bunch of videos down here this coming week for certain. Definitely, I'm going to go tomorrow to the big tent and I'll have a pocket full of GoPro batteries. So that'll be pretty cool and exciting. And you know, I've got this pretty wide, so you can see both sides of the road, I think. Get this straight, a little straighter. Generally, right here, I'm heading south on Central or 95, where it says RV show to the right here. I'm pretty sure that's paid parking. I think it's at $5 or something, but there's paid parking back there. You can, you know, where I was driving around was definitely free parking. So I'm going to turn this back on when we get to La Posa South. Unless this is pretty interesting to see the long line of rigs coming north on 95. It looks pretty impressive. We'll check it out. Maybe I'll leave it on. passing to my right here is La Posa West, to the left, La Posa North. In about another 2 miles, I think, and we'll be hitting La Posa South. And still a pretty good string of RVs coming north here, coming up from Yuma Way. Oh, I see a ton of bicycles on. It's pretty liberal to call that trail there a bike path. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough. So if you want to ride your bike from down here La Posa South up into town, I wouldn't recommend this path that's along the highway. What I would recommend is if you're in La Posa South, cross 95, go into La Posa Tyson Wash, go in there about a half a mile, and there's a road. It's not marked, but it's a pretty obvious road that runs north to south. Make a right on that road, and you can pretty comfortably ride all the way into town and back, pretty far away from the highway, and it's smoother than this is more properly called a trail on either side here, versus a bike path. ATVs and UTVs do pretty well on them. I see a lot of people on e-bikes, but it's got to be pretty damn bumpy. And I rode my e-bike, which has no shocks or anything, on other than the seat. I bought a seat stem that has a little tiny shock on it, but there are no other shocks on it, and it's lightweight and thin tires comparatively, and I was perfectly comfortable going into town and back. I think they call it Old Yuma Highway. So here we are at La Posa South. To the right is La Posa Tyson Wash, to the left La Posa South. And we'll see how accurate I am about people stacking up here. And it turns out, no, I have no idea what I'm talking about. So I won't take you all the way into camp this time, because we're gonna just go first to dump some trash at the dumpster, and then come around. And I think I pushed the envelope on the video I published this morning. It was 1 hour and 1 minute, because I had one that was me talking for 45 minutes, and it did really, really well. It got 3,800 views, which for a channel my size, that's a lot of views, and there was good retention on it. I said, okay, I did 45 minutes, I'll stretch it to an hour and see if I lose any subscribers. There's things like, if you lose a subscriber, you can figure out which video you lost them on. And there's plenty of people that will not sit and watch an hour-long YouTube video by any stretch of the imagination. When they give you advice on starting your channel, they're 10 to 12 minutes seems to be the consensus. And I've got them all over the place. I've got 12-minute videos, 25-minute videos, 4-minute videos, 6-minute videos. It just depends on what happens. But I'm just experimenting, guys. So if you get onto one of my long videos, this will be fairly long, I think. It's hard to tell right now exactly how long. It's not going to be an hour, I can tell you that. If you're on a video that's too long, you don't have to watch it. Just exit out of it, go to another video, even another channel, whatever makes you happy. But don't feel like you have to watch my whole video. Oh, Lord, don't do that. If it's there are people that tell me they more listen than watch to a lot of my stuff when I'm talking like this about anything that pops into my head. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out my niche. What's my channel really going to be about? I know my popularity and videos and views and everything has gone way up, but that's mostly the Quartzsite factor, right? people this time of year all over the country that are interested in the nomad lifestyle are really interested in Quartzsite. That was Cheryl that just passed us. Cheryl, if you're watching that video, you just passed us going the other way. So the Quartzsite factor, as you'll see, most of my videos has big, yellow letters, Quartzsite with the black background thing, and that gets views. It just does. And after Quartzsite's over, I think I'll go back to more normal views I'm used to getting. Getting excited when I get a couple of hundred views on a video, and here in Quartzsite, I get a couple hundred views in an hour on a lot of videos, and thousands on some videos. But that's the Quartzsite phenomenon. I don't think as many people will be interested in my adventures in Pahrump in New Mexico in the spring and the summer, but we'll see. We'll see how we do. See what kind of content we do it. So I'm going to be dropping off my trash here at the dumpsters, and I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, since there's more to see, but I'm kind of out of stuff to talk about today. And I will see you on the next video.